Welcome to the Mindful Heart Series. This class is a space to feel. We're going to use our breath, the breath moving into a full diaphragmatic breath, and leaving with a mental space to enjoy physically experiencing what's present, energetically, where are we at, what do we feel, and then our emotional body, just checking in, what's present. No pressure on what is there, just a space to feel. Finding a seat. We could also do this practice lying down. What I'm going to suggest is that you're comfortable. So if you're on a chair, feet just separated gently, planted on the floor, back can be lightly supported, but straight up. If you're laying on the floor, you could put yourself in a position that just feels most comfortable for you to lay down. I would just, if you're feeling really sleepy and tired, maybe urge a seat. If you're sitting on the floor cross-legged or on your shins, it's actually quite comfortable to put a pillow or a prop of some sort underneath your bum, just so that your hips are higher than your knees. Once you're comfortable, we're going to begin. Hands can rest wherever you'd like for a moment. And what I'll invite you to do is notice if closing the eyes is comfortable today, in this moment, or if keeping your eyes centered on one point would be more comfortable. Once you find a placement and position for your eyes, you're going to hold the attention gazing either behind closed eyelids or on a steady object in front of you that's not moving. This allows our attention to move inward. So what I want you to do is draw your attention now. Start by bringing the awareness to our breath. As you're bringing your awareness to your breathing, without trying to change it, it does feel a bit funny as soon as you put your attention on it. It starts to change slightly. Just notice where it sits. Where is it most comfortable here? Does it rest in the belly? Does it rest through the sides, or is it up in the top of the chest? Is it moving into any combination of those spots? Maybe even some I've not said yet. Without changing, without moving your breath, just allowing it to be. And then from that noticing, then we're going to put a little bit of emphasis on trying to breathe a full breath into the sides of the body. So we want the diaphragm to move. So a diaphragmatic breath is not just the belly moving, it's actually the sides of the ribs moving as well. So if you're unsure of how that would feel, get you to open the eyes very lightly and just place your hands on the sides of your rib cage like this. Or you could go across the body like a hug, as long as that felt okay. Now, what I want you to begin to notice is if you're just breathing into the belly, it might take a little effort, but not too much effort, to breathe up into the sides of the ribs. So you're going to start to feel your hands expand out to the side. Once that feels comfortable, again, finding that steady point in front of you that's not moving, or closing your eyes, we'll begin to elongate the inhale and the exhale into the sides of your rib cage. Starting to feel the sides of the body moving. Each breath allowing the breath to get a little longer, a little smoother. And if it doesn't quite feel smooth or full into the sides of your waist just yet, please give yourself permission to be exactly as it needs to be today, without any expectation that it has to be different, that it has to fit a particular mold or shape. That each time we come back to trying this breath, you might find some days are easier, some days are harder. Some days the breath feels like it's flowing so beautifully, so full, and other days it feels though the breath was a bit shallow. Regardless of how it feels, without overthinking using the mind, we just come back into practicing breathing into the sides of the ribs. If the hands are still on the side of your body, just make a little mental note, a little physical feel into how that is. But then gently release the arms so that you can find now just the attention moving into the sides of the ribs. Trying to breathe that way out into the sides of the rib cage and emptying back down. Again, closing the eyes or finding that one point to focus on. We'll start to breathe into the sides of the ribs together. Empty all the way out. Breathing in through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale out through the nose. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in. 2, 3, 4. Breathing out. 2, 3, 4. Staying with this rhythm if you can. Inhaling to the count of 4 and exhaling to the count of 4. Noticing that if this feels like it creates a little anxiety, that the counting is too long, you have permission to shorten the breath. If the breath feels too short, know that you can also elongate this breath, moving to a count of 5 or 6, but finding an even tone through your breath. Just for the next couple of minutes, allow the attention to stay moving through the breath, smoothing out your inhale and your exhale. As we smooth out the inhale and the exhale, we're creating an evenness, this sama, or balance between the inhale and the exhale. Attempting to create an equal breath on the inhale and the exhale. Wherever you are in your breath cycle, let yourself experience one more full round of even breath. When you let go of the exhale and it empties all the way, just return to a normal for this moment breath. And as you return to that normal breathing for you in this moment, keeping the eyes closed, the attention soft, begin to take that feeling sense of the awareness that we created around our breath to now travel just gently through your physical body. First, maybe noticing any physical sensations that may be present. Are there any areas of the body that need a little extra love and attention? That are asking for your attention and space? Allowing it to be without trying to change it, just for a moment, noticing And then we're going to do the same thing through our energetic body. Energetic body, different to the emotional body. I want you to notice, do you feel energized? Do you feel tired? Do you feel sluggish? Do you feel any sensation that would maybe be on a scale of how much energy you have? From 0 to 10, without judgment, just noticing again your energy, not trying to change it, not trying to rationalize why you're tired or energized or excited, just for a moment noticing. And then we do the same thing with our emotional body. Now, sometimes this one, it pops up right away. Other times as we sit in the space, we see different sensations and emotions unravel and appear. And so as you allow your mind internally, the awareness just kind of moves through your physical body. Is there any emotion, just as we felt physical sensation and energy, we begin to feel any emotions that might be present here in this moment, without trying to change them or judge them, good or bad, without trying to make them something different. We just allow them space and room to be here, to be present with what is here now. And now when you notice if there was any part of your physical body that the emotion was resting in, the same way we breathed into our hands, to the sides of the ribs, we're going to breathe into that part of the body. Not to try and change it, but just to bring our extra kind of love and attention to these spaces. So if it was the knee, you're kind of attempting to breathe your attention to your knee. If it was in the heart, you're breathing your attention up into the heart. If it was through the mind, you're breathing your attention up into the mind. Anywhere in the body, you're feeling these sensations, sitting and resting. I want you to breathe there. Breathing and expanding that smooth, even breath. Just a couple more minutes of this. Knowing that if you're breathing into the sensations, the emotions, they may shift and shape change. They may get louder. Do not be fearful of their presence. Welcome their existence. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing something with me. As you continue to breathe, the emotions are like a barometer to tell us something. If we're upset with something or by something, If we feel an injustice is done and we get angry or mad and we need to maybe express this emotion, sometimes it doesn't feel right to express these emotions because we're keeping ourselves in a place where we're trying to be calm and hold it all together for someone or something. Maybe it's not appropriate, you're at work, or it's just not the right time. And so what this space allows us to do is to feel these emotions, tune in with them, and allow them to tell us, is there something that I now need to take action on to create that sama, that balance within my body and my mind? Take one more breath in. Open the mouth as you exhale, a ha sound. Letting your breath return to normal and knowing that you're welcome to sit here as long as you need to. And if you feel complete and ready, taking with you what you've learned and experienced and bringing that knowledge with you and letting it kind of guide your movements for the rest of the day.